Okay, I think my voice is working. Anyway, so for this video is going to be a little different. I'm starting a new series. The series will be called The Game Reviews. How this works is I'll occasionally go into different games, and give my honest opinion on the game. So, yeah, pretty simple series. A lot of people do it, but not that bad. So anyway, as a celebration, I'm gonna do this game right here. The game is called, wait for it, Tower Defense Simulator. Honestly, I'd rate this a 8 out of 10. It looks amazing. The game has good mechanics, sorta. Everything works pretty well. It's not like most tower defense games, which break in a few minutes, and most of them are usually in beta. This one's pretty complete. The reason why it's an 8 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 for a tower defense game is doesn't have much that's iconic to it, the game itself. So it doesn't have something like what, let's say, combat tower defense has, which is a unique ability that sits apart from everything else. So I'm gonna be playing some gameplay in the background while I give a bit of a speech. Just to talk about the game a bit. So, there's a lot of towers in this game. But I will get to that later. For now, I'm just going to give it a little explanation. In fact, let's just get rid of everything here. So, this game is pretty cool. What you do is, you have a certain select towers to get. These towers will help you beat games. Now, here's how games work. There are elevators. If you enter an elevator, it will teleport you into a map where you have 3 options. These are called game modes. These game modes can be used for getting coins and playing a game. Pretty obvious. There's 3 game modes. There's normal, molten, and fallen. Now, normal mode is for some reason one of the harder modes because of how it only has 30 ways, less money, and things come quicker, so you don't have much time to prepare. Yeah. Molten mode is actually one of the easiest ones because it has 40 ways and more money. In fact, I've seen people speedrun the game before. My quickest time would be 11 minutes and 50 seconds. And then there's Fallen mode. Fallen mode is one of the hardest modes for a normal game, as it I can't talk. As it shows that it is the final option, and it's usually the thing you'd find to be later on. There are other game modes like hardcore mode, special modes like the polluted wastelands mode and badlands mode, but that doesn't really count as a mode unless you count hardcore, which you should usually. Occasionally there'll be a special event that comes out which can sometimes give a tower or something else, who knows. But other than that, that's how the game works from the lobby. There are other things like you can purchase skin crates, and some of them, like this golden skin, can actually give you special abilities. Like, for instance, a golden mini can give you a damage boost. A pretty cool tactic, if I do say so myself. There are also little special season passes which give you special skins. Another pretty cool feature. You can also earn badges which can give you special towers. Like, don't ask me about that. Like, I don't know, defeating the nuclear monster, or defeating certain events, and even reaching a certain level that can unlock you a tower, like the Pursuit or the Crook Boss. Now, let's get into a game and explain how it works. There are certain towers you can choose for a deck. I personally, for an early gamer, would suggest to get maybe the shotgunner and soldier, maybe a farm, and then the commander. If I were you, the first thing I'd buy would be the shotgunner. Don't worry about soldier, unless you just want one tower to buy like straight away. But if you just don't mind having scout and sniper for a little while, just go for that. Shotgunner. After that, maybe get a farm and then the commander, and you'll be set to win Molten mode. Now, to get this on a little bit on the level, I'm gonna choose some pretty good early game towers with the default setting, like the farm, the minigunner. If I can actually equip it. Ignore my very bad clicking. I also equipped the scout, the sniper. These two are actually the early game towers of the entire game. So these are the two towers you always start with. At least I think that's how it goes now. Apparently sniper is no longer an early game tower. Never mind. Ignore my bad sense. And of course, lastly, the commander. Another thing I must explain is some towers will give boosts, which are these little things that make other towers more powerful. They don't usually do damage, but they do help other towers do more damage. Now, let's get into a game, shall we? There are certain different maps for every single game. For instance, there's easy maps, there's normal maps, there's hard maps, and then there's insane maps. For now, let's just go with an easy map, Crossroads. Now, I prefer to say that, okay, this is something that you're gonna hate. When you're in a public game, there's always this little thing where people like to join your elevator when you don't want them to. They don't always work out, so you always have to leave an elevator, and sometimes it can take a little while. So, I guess we're gonna have to, this might take a while. Let's just hope it doesn't, so I can get this video onwards. As for the series, I'm gonna continue it later on with different games, different ratings. And remember, these ratings are all in my opinion, so I don't take it from anyone else. It's just all my opinion. Now, let's go. Now, this also is my first series after I went back on YouTube a little while ago. And remember, like and subscribe if you want, and at 10 subscribers, I'll make a Discord server and I'll explain the different things on that. For now, to make this a bit easier, let's just go with easy mode. The multi mode. So, the first thing I like to always do is just farm. But since we're trying to show off some of the towers, let's show off the scout. Now, you place scout at certain towers around the map, and zombies, as they so call them, will just walk through the path like this. The tower's mission is to take out the zombies, as you can see. And I made the scout golden. Great, let's just ignore that. This is not how the scout usually acts. I'm dumb. So, you can upgrade towers to make them more powerful or just place more. It does not matter. They have a certain range radius for how far the tower can see. Let's move on to the next tower. The sniper. The sniper is a different tower as it can only be placed on cliffs. Yes. So this tower has a very special ability. Now, some zombies will be able to stun towers, meaning not be able to let them move. Now, and the cliff towers can't. Now, let's move on to the next tower. The farm. The farm has a very special ability to give money every time a wave ends. So that's an easy way to get extra money. And most of the time, this is one of the main towers you should have. Now, if you want to really go, maybe the best you can do is farm for a bit, occasionally upgrade a tower. I should not have made this golden. I won't place any more of those. And then we'll just see how the game goes. And then I'll showcase the next tower. Maybe I'll find a way to cut this later. If it does, then everything I'm about to say is probably not going to be worth it. Anyway, let's upgrade the farm. Remember, every tower has an upgrade feature which allows the tower to not only look better, but also perform better. And as waves progress, different zombies will come in, stronger, faster, and also different abilities. Now, let's go on to the next tower, which is a support tower, the commander. Now, the commander is very different. It gives little special fire rate buff, which allows the towers to shoot faster. This can be used in many different ways, but for now, I think we're just going to use this to buff the scout and sniper, as this will allow the towers to perform better. So, we continue to farm. These two will continuously kill zombies, and we'll see how the wave goes. Well, we've got 4 level 2 farms. These are good. These can give 1,000 dollars every time a wave ends. That can be very useful. Here. And then that will allow us to showcase the next tower. Now, there are 2 sections of towers. There's the early game towers. Well, there's 3 actually, but the third doesn't really matter. There's the early game tower, the mid game tower, and then there's the late game tower. Technically, they can be 3 in 1 or even just 2 in 1. But anyway, this is a mid and late game tower. It can also be counted as a early game, but not all the time. It's called the minigunner. People consider this as something called a DPS tower, which is something that allows. Oh God, I can't talk. This is a tower that can do more damage than most of them. So, this will be a very important tower. And we will be showcasing different types of enemies later after, since we've shown all the towers. And even show different abilities for every single tower. So, the scout and sniper and mini don't have anything different about them. But the commander, if you upgrade it to level 2, has the ability to double the fire rate of all towers in its radius. Yes. Now this can be very helpful. And there's a special tactic where if you place 3 in a row and upgrade and use one ability at a time, and then repeat the cycle, it will not stop. Like, that will just be an endless ability. I'm sorry this video is going to take a little while, unless I find a way to cut it. If I do, then I'll be doing a lot better on this channel than I really thought I would. Anyway, if you're wondering why I keep sniffing, it's because I'm a little sick right now. Not very good, but well, I get sick pretty often, sort of at least. Now let's just upgrade. Now, yes, towers will have appearances changed throughout upgrades. Ignore the laggy gameplay. Okay. Another thing I forgot to mention is hiddens. They already died. Hiddens are zombies that only a tower at a certain level, even in some cases no level that tower can't even see. Okay. So usually for the mini it's level 2. Scout, I think it's level 2. Sniper, I'm not really sure. No, it is level 2, wow. But other than that, yeah, that's how it works. This is considered a maxed out tower, which is a tower that has all its upgrades complete. These towers can do serious damage and will be considered shredding the entire layer waves. Here's a closer look at the hiddens. As you can see, they died in a few seconds. Now, let's continue. After a bit of explaining, I'm just gonna let the gameplay go off by itself, and we'll be fine after that. So, anyway, that's kind of how it goes. That's the whole game. There's more to go, but it's better not to explain that. If you ever find this game, I would consider playing it. Anyway, enjoy your game.